show for today. We're talking to Mr. Charles Dungey, who is a professor at Tennessee State University. Now, Mr. Dungey, what I'd like to do over the last 6 minutes that we have is to take advantage of some of the knowledge that you've talked about in terms of your background, education, and experience, and to have you to reflect on some of the musicians and some of the directors in music that you've had an opportunity to know over the period, and perhaps give us some insight into them and who they are, and those that we should know. I know we only have about 5.5, 6 minutes, but from that perspective, to talk about some individuals that you know, the Callaways and your relationships with them and et cetera.
Well, I'll try to put it in a capsule. My first years in New York, which were in the 50s, my first landlord was Andy Kirk. Wonderful experience there, because Andy still had his band going. By the way, Joe Williams sang with Andy Kirk's band in his early development. Cab Calloway, I had pleasure working with him in several instances on the road. We played the Kennedy Center one year, about 15, 16 years now. Very personable man. I used to admire Cab for the way his delivery. I used to try to sing like him when I was a younger man. But Cab brought a lot to the table. Cab at one time employed some of the more recognized jazz musicians that contributed so much to the art form. Dizzy Gillespie used to play in Cab's band. Let's see, tenor player Ben Webster, people of this sort. So you see, Cab also had a sister named Blanche Calloway. I don't know if you knew that or not. Blanche had a large band, big band, which she led, and it was a wonderful organization.
Now, Calloway was from Tennessee, was he not?
That I don't know. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I might have it mixed up, but go on.
No. Then you had bands like Jimmy Lunsford, Chick Webb, Lucky Thompson, Lucky Millender. You know, these people had the bands. Birmingham, remember Tuxedo Junction? Yeah.
Now, this is a period when there is no television and no widespread use. This is a major form of entertainment.
Yes.
Folks go out there expect to go to a dance and hear a dance band. And that's
absolutely
good.
An experience getting back to the Tennessee State Collegiate Band that went to play Carnegie Hall. They were invited to play the Savoy Ballroom. I remember the Savoy. It was a large place, very large. In fact, it was so large, one band could play at one end and another band at another end, and people could be dancing to both bands. The Collegians played opposite Buddy Johnson's band. Buddy Johnson, having a band composed of professionals, well, they didn't think very much of this little band coming up from Tennessee A&I. We weren't known as Tennessee State University. In fact, we just passed the Tennessee A&I normal stage. But they were making fun, you know, saying, well, you guys do the best you can, and we'll take care of you later on. Well, this infuriated our players. They went on to play a program, and do you know, the people stopped dancing and came to the bandstand and milled around, and everybody from both ends of the Savoy Ballroom came and stood
shuffling at the Savoy.
Oh yeah, and when the Collegians got finished playing, Buddy Johnson pulled out every arrangement that he thought that would excite that crowd and couldn't pull it off. So you see, You see what impact?
That's right.
The moment, what was played, and the impact that it had on the whole thing. I say that to say the band members admired Buddy Johnson and his group, or Duke Ellington and Count Basie and all these other big bands. These were their mentors, you see. So, but they were still within the tradition, and it came off so well for them. Yeah. So that's why I had to go to New York City to seek some of this knowledge and to rub elbows with and enjoy.
And of course, Mr. Dungy, over the last half minute that we have here, let me thank you for coming by and sharing all of that knowledge and that information with us today. You talked about a number of things that many people, some folks might remember, but I think the way that you talked about it today will not only allow those who might remember it, but those who might not know anything about it to have some idea as to what the African-American music tradition is all about. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.